So yesterday we completed about geographical time scale. Okay. Today we are going to study about human evolution. Now human evolution. See, we know that Pliocene era, Pliocene epoch is regarded as the human evolution. Okay. So the excavation, archaeological evidences, and so many other evidences prove that the human is evolved from arboreal animal. See, arboreal, that means the animal that lives on tree. Okay, that is shrew-like or rodent-like animal. So squirrel can be regarded as the ancestor or the organism by which human is evolved. Okay. Further, the squirrel get developed into tarsiers and lemurs. They are also arboreal animals. Such a tarsiers and lemurs further get developed into monkey-like animals. Okay. So the chart in your book on page number 113 demonstrates us how exactly human is evolved. So see, class Mammalia. So marsupials, monotremes and eutherians. Eutherians, that is placental monkey. Okay, that means viviparous animals. So viviparous animals, placental monkey, that is see, the order of the class Mammalia is primates. Okay, primates are further classified into suborder Prosimi and suborder Anthropoidae. So suborder Prosimi includes lemurs and tarsiers, while suborder Anthropoidae includes New World monkey. These New World monkey are characterized with long prehensile tail. Okay, that means their tail was so long. Okay, example squirrel monkey as well as spider monkey. Okay, these are the monkeys known as New World monkey. Squirrel monkey and spider monkey. Further, there is the formation of Old World monkey, that is they are with short non-prehensile tail. Okay, examples are baboons and macaques as well as langur. Okay, baboon, macaques and langurs are considered as Old World monkey. Then there is the formation of hominidae, that is the giant apes. Okay, nowadays we know that there are gibbons, orangutans, gorilla. Okay, they all are considered under ape. They are the ape stage of the human. Okay, gibbons, orangutan, gorilla, they all have memory like the human. They behave like the human. They have emotions like the human. Okay, so they are considered as ape. Okay, and from these ape, the human is evolved. Further, hominidae is the infra order, which is further classified into families. These families are Hyalobatidae, example is arboreal apes, that is gibbons. Then Pongidae, semi-arboreal apes like gorilla, chimpanzee, orangutan. And next family is Hominidae, where exactly erect posture humans are considered. Okay, so basically while learning this topic, we must know that the humans are evolved from shrew-like arboreal animal. Okay, it further get developed into lemurs, tarsiers, which further get developed into New World monkey, Old World monkey, which further get evolved into ape. Ape evolved into ape-like animal, and ape-like animal finally evolved into human. Okay, so see, this is the classification of human being. So kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, order primates, Primates order includes ape and human. Then suborder Anthropoidae, infraorder Hominidae, family Hominidae, genus Homo, and species Sapiens. Okay, so this is the classification of human being. See the next. Further, we will see the evolutionary trend. How exactly the evolution occurred. Okay. Then after we will study about how ape and man are linked with each other. That means what are the similarities between ape and man and what are the differences between ape and man. Okay. So let us first see evolutionary trend of human evolution. See, these are the names of the stages involved in human evolution. So starting from Dryopithecus. Dryopithecus is exactly ape-like animal. Okay, that means this is the ape era. Okay, in case of Dryopithecus, see the fossils are found basically in Africa. Then in the Miocene period. Okay, yes. Then further they were semi-erect and they were closely similar to the chimpanzee. Okay, so they are known as Dryopithecus. They are exactly ape-like. Further, Ramapithecus. Ramapithecus is man-like, which the fossils record where it is recorded from Sivalik Hills in India, then as well as in Kenya. It was in the Miocene and early Pliocene epoch. See, human evolution is considered in Pliocene, but these ape-like and man-like fossils were found in early of that is in Miocene. Okay. Then see, it was also erect. Further, Australopithecus. Australopithecus is considered as connecting link between ape and man. That means how exactly ape get converted into man. This transition stage is considered to be Australopithecus. Now Australopithecus, the fossils were found in South Africa, Ethiopia, Tanzania, okay, in late Pliocene and early Pleistocene. And it was not taller, it was just 4 feet in height. Chin was absent, prognathous face, okay. Then lumbar curvature were present. See, presence of lumbar curvature is the basic feature of man. Okay, so erect position can be well balanced due to such a curvatures of the spine. So in Australopithecus, lumbar curvature was found. Okay, so this is considered as connecting link. Then further, Homo habilis. As in the name, we can find out that habilis, that means the man who learned to use his hands. So it is also known as handyman. It is also known as handyman. Okay. So in case of Homo habilis, see the tools, weapons. Okay, the man invented some of the tools, weapons. Okay, as well as he started the use of hand well. Okay, so he started hunting of animals with the help of various weapons. So it is known as handyman. Okay, that is Homo habilis. Yes. Then in case of Homo habilis, say dentition was more modern, more like that of the modern man, and smaller molars were there. Okay. Then probably he did not eat meat, and tools, stone made tools he invented. Next is Homo erectus. In case of Homo erectus, Java man, Peking man are considered. Okay. So middle of the Pleistocene epoch, height was about 5 feet, prognathous face like human, then massive jaws, huge teeth, chin absent, okay, bony eyebrows, okay, ridges present, and probably they ate meat and they were omnivorous, as well as the invention of fire is considered with this Homo erectus, that is Java and Peking man. Okay. Further, Neanderthal man. It is advanced prehistoric man. The fossils were found in Neanderthal Valley of the Germany. Okay, and late Pleistocene epoch. Then heavy built, short, prominent brow ridges. Then low forehead, deep jaws, chin absent. Then yes, various see the rituals were developed in the Neanderthal age of Neanderthal man. That means like using hide, okay, for body covering, as well as burying dead humans, and construction of flint tools. Yes, construction of flint tools. That means use of hide. Then some rituals like burying the dead humans, as well as see after Neanderthal and before Cro-Magnon, before Homo sapiens. In between Neanderthal and Homo sapiens, there is one human, that is Cro-Magnon. Okay, and that it is not in your book. Cro-Magnon is considered to be more evolved than Neanderthal. That means they were using to stay in caves. Okay, cave paintings also there by them. Okay, as well as yes, they were using fire, they were using wheels. So Cro-Magnon is the stage of human evolution before Homo sapiens. Okay, and various rituals, ornaments. Okay, so this is our historic man. Neanderthal is prehistoric man and Cro-Magnon is historic man. Yes, we can say the example that Mohenjo-daro-Harappa civilization, okay, as per an example of Cro-Magnon man. Yes. Further, there is a modern man, that is Homo sapiens. See, if you studied this all journey of human evolution, it might have started from 25 million years ago. Okay, that means from Dryopithecus to Homo sapiens, 25 million years are past. Okay, so see, the evolution is not an instant process. It is gradual process which needs a lot of time. Okay, that means from 25 million years ago, this journey has started and still it is going on. Okay, that means we can have new versions of Homo sapiens. Okay, so here what are the basic differences and similarities between ape and man? So what are the similarities? See, as per the evolution we studied, the cranial capacity started developing. Okay, so basically the similarities that in case of, see, if we studied the cranial capacity of ape and man, it is not very much difference is very few. That means, for example, the human capacity, cranial capacity 1450 to 1500, whereas the ape has cranial capacity about 1250 cc. Okay, so they were also intellectual. Okay, not even similar to us. Yes, further they were tetrapedal, while human beings are bipedal. Chin was absent in ape. Chin is present in man. The brow ridges were very prominent and protruding in case of ape, while they are slanting in case of human. Forehead is prominent in human, which cannot be prominently found in case of ape. And see, their height was less. Why? Because of lumbar curvature. They cannot stand erect. Okay, as like our posture, as we have lumbar curvature in the spine. Yes, therefore apes were tetrapedal while humans are bipedal. Okay, as well we can yes, see the differences between ape and human, that is the presence of simian gap. See, presence of simian gap. This simian gap is such a gap present between incisors and canines. ओके, आपले जे पुढचे इन्सिजर्स आणि कॅनाइन सोये असतात ना, यांच्यामध्ये एपला गॅप होती, त्याला सिमियन गॅप म्हणतात. आपल्याकडे ती नसते, ह्युमनमध्ये नसते, पण काही आधीच्या काळातल्या ह्युमनमध्ये ही सिमियन गॅप दिसायची. ओके, म्हणजे इट इज द स्ट्रॉंग प्रूफ दॅट humans are evolved from ape. Okay, nowadays such a simian gap is totally absent. Further, the dentition of the ape, canines are very large and strong. Molars, premolars they were very strong in case of ape, as they were eating meat. But here in case of human, the canines are not such a strong as ape. Okay, then further if we observe the dental arc is U shape in case of human, while it is somehow shrink in case of ape. Okay, so these are the dominant differences in between ape and man. Okay, further we can observe the changes. What exactly the gradual changes has taken place. See, complexity of brain, enhanced intelligence, increase in cranial capacity, bipedal locomotion, opposable thumb, erect posture, shortening of forelimbs. Forelimbs are short in human, while in case of ape, forelimbs were long. Okay, as they are tetrapedal. Then lengthening of hind limbs, development of chin. Yes, chin was absent in ape, it is present in human. Broadening of pelvic girdle. The pelvic girdle of human is broad, okay, than ape. Then development of lumbar curvature, social and cultural development, articulated speech, art, development of tools. Okay, these are some of the developments in human. Now here we can see bipedal locomotion, upright posture coupled with stereoscopic vision. Okay, that means see, stereoscopic, we can have the multidimensional vision which help man to move around safely on land. Okay, so these are some of the evolutionary trends in human and ape. Okay, so here we completed this lesson, genetics and evolution. Okay, further we had to start a new lesson, origin and evolution of life. We completed here origin and evolution of life. Further on Monday I will start new lesson, but before that I will give you some of the extra questions and important points. Okay, so read them, learn them and write in your notebook.